Hi, kids. It's day 4, and today we are reading in Genesis 8 and Genesis 9. So I've got my Adventure Bible. Genesis 8 is on page 9. But God showed concern for Noah. He also showed concern for all of the wild animals and livestock that were with Noah in the ark. So God sent a wind over the earth, and the waters began to go down. The springs at the bottom of the oceans had been closed. The windows of the skies had been closed, and the rain had stopped falling from the sky. The water continued to go down from the earth. At the end of the 150 days, the water had gone down. On the 17th day of the 7th month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. The waters continued to go down until the 10th month. On the first day of the month, the tops of the mountains could be seen. After 40 days, Noah opened the window he had made in the ark. He sent a raven out. It kept flying back and forth until the water had dried up from the earth. Turn the page. Then Noah sent a dove out. He wanted to see if the water had gone down from the surface of the ground. But the dove couldn't find any place to put its feet down. There was still water over the whole surface of the earth. So the dove returned to Noah in the ark. Noah reached out his hand and took the dove in. He brought it back to himself in the ark. He waited 7 more days. Then he sent the dove out from the ark again. In the evening, the dove returned to him. There in its beak was a freshly picked olive leaf. So Noah knew that the water on the earth had gone down. He waited 7 more days. Then he sent the dove out again, but that time it didn't return to him. It was the first day of the first month of Noah's 601st year. The water had dried up from the earth. Then Noah removed the covering from the ark. He saw that the surface of the ground was dry. By the 27th day of the second month, the earth was completely dry. Then God said to Noah, "Come out of the ark. Bring your wife and your sons and their wives with you. Bring out every kind of living thing that is with you. Bring the birds, the animals, and all of the creatures that move along the ground. Then they can multiply on the earth. They can have little ones and increase their numbers." So Noah came out of the ark. His sons and his wife and his sons' wives were with him. All of the animals came out of the ark. The creatures that move along the ground also came out. So did all of the birds. Everything that moves on the earth came out of the ark. One kind after another came out. Then Noah built an altar to honor the Lord. He took some of all of the clean animals and birds. He sacrificed burnt offerings to the Lord on the altar. Their smell was pleasant to the Lord. He said to himself, "I will never put a curse on the ground again because of man. I will not do it, even though his heart is always directed toward what is evil. His thoughts are evil from the time he is young. I will never destroy all living things again, as I have just done. As long as the earth lasts, there will always be a time to plant and a time to gather the crops. As long as the earth lasts, there will always be cold and heat. There will always be summer and winter, day and night." Genesis 9. God makes a covenant with Noah. Then God gave his blessing to Noah and his sons. He said to them, "Have children and increase your numbers. Fill the earth. All of the land animals will be afraid of you. All of the birds of the air will fear you. Every creature that moves along the ground will fear you. Every fish in the oceans will also be afraid of you. Every living thing is put under your control. Everything that lives and moves will be food for you. I have already given you the green plants for food. Now I am giving you everything. But you must not eat meat that still has blood in it. You can be sure that I will hold someone accountable if you are murdered. I will even hold animals accountable if they kill you. I will also hold anyone accountable who murders another person. Anyone who murders man will be killed by man. That is because I have made man in my own likeness. Have children and increase your numbers. Multiply on the earth and increase your numbers on it. Then God spoke to Noah and to his sons who were with him. Now making my covenant with you and with all your children who will be born after you. I am making it also with every living thing that was with you in the ark. I am making my covenant with the birds, the livestock, and all of the wild animals. I am making it with all of the creatures that came out of the ark with you. I am making it with every living thing on earth. Here is my covenant that I am making with you. The waters of a flood will never destroy all life again. A flood will never destroy the earth again. God continued, my covenant is between me and you and every living thing with you. It is a covenant for all time to come. Here is the sign of the covenant I am making. I have put my rainbow in the clouds. It will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. A rainbow will appear in them. Then I will remember my covenant between me and you and every kind of living thing. The waters will never become a flood to destroy all life again. When the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will see it. I will remember that my covenant will last forever. It is a covenant between me and every kind of living thing on earth. So God said to Noah, the rainbow is the sign of my covenant. I have made my covenant between me and all life on earth. The sons of Noah. The sons of Noah who came out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham was the father of Canaan. The people who were scattered over the earth came from Noah's 3 sons. Noah was a man who worked the ground. He decided to plant a vineyard. He drank some of its wine. It made him drunk. Then he lay down inside his tent without any clothes on. Ham saw his father's naked body. Ham was the father of Canaan. Ham went outside and told his 2 brothers. But Shem and Japheth took a piece of clothing. They laid it across their shoulders. Then they walked backward into the tent. They covered their father's body. They turned their faces away. They didn't want to see their father's naked body. Then Noah woke up from his sleep that was caused by the wine. He found out what his youngest son had done to him. He said, may a curse be put on Canaan. He will be the lowest of slaves to his brothers. Noah also said, may the Lord, the God of Shem, be blessed. May Canaan be the slave of Shem. May God add land to Japheth's territory. May Japheth live in the tents of Shem, and may Canaan be their slave. After the flood, Noah lived 350 years. Noah lived a total of 950 years. Then he died. The highlight is Genesis 9:13 through 15. I'm going to go to Genesis 9:13 through 15. And that is on page 11 of our adventure book. Wait, there it is. This background is making my books disappear. I have put my rainbow in the clouds. It will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Sometimes when I bring clouds over the earth, a rainbow will appear in them. Then I will remember my covenant between me and you and every kind of living thing. The waters will never become a flood to destroy all life again. That is a great promise. And what a beautiful way to remind us of his promise, to give us that rainbow. So every time you look up in the clouds, you can see, and you see a rainbow, you remember it was the promise that God made that he would never flood the earth again. And that's a promise to them, Noah and his family, and that's a promise to us today. So we don't ever have to worry about the earth being flooded again, because God keeps his promises. Okay, so we are back in our foundations book, and we see the highlight was Genesis 9:13 through 15. Now we're going to explain what we read. God made a promise to Noah that he would never flood the entire earth again. God made a rainbow as a reminder of his promise. God always keeps his promises. And God made a promise never to destroy the earth with a flood again. To confirm his promise, God presented a rainbow. And isn't it the most beautiful thing? Have you seen a rainbow lately? Have you ever seen a double rainbow? Those are so special. So now we're at the apply. Apply. Has someone ever broken a promise they made you? Uh-oh. Has anyone ever told you, well, I'll take you to the store later, and then they didn't? That's happened to me before. Every time we see a rainbow, we can remember God's promise and how God always keeps his promises. As you color the rainbow, think about some of God's promises to us. In the book, there's a picture of a rainbow, right? So I want you to color it and remember the promise that God has made to you. One, you can remember that God will always love you and that God is always with you. And another promise is that he will never flood the earth again and destroy all of everything he created. What are some other promises he's made to you? Do you know them? Think about them while you're coloring your rainbow. And now we're going to the respond section, and that is where we're going to pray. So bow your heads, close your eyes. God, thank you for always keeping your promises. Thank you also for rainbows, which are reminders of your promise to Noah and to us. We love you in Jesus' holy name. Amen. And now we're going to do our memory verse. Do you got it? Can you tell it to me? If you want to send me a video doing your memory verse, or next time I see you in class, you can recite your memory verse to me, okay? It's Genesis 1:27. So God created man in his own likeness. He created him in the likeness of God. He created them as male and female. Can you say it with me? So God created man in his own likeness. He created him in the likeness of God. He created them as male and female. Genesis 1:27. Let's do it again. So God created man in his own likeness. He created him in the likeness of God. He created them as male and female. Genesis 1:27. Okay, one more time. Say it with me. So God created man in his own likeness. He created him in the likeness of God. He created them as male and female. Genesis 1:27. All right, good job. See you tomorrow. Have a great day.